Hey friends, A.B. Sigler here, back this week with another Siglocktail. We started a new month, so this month is whiskey drinks. Whiskey drinks can be rye drinks, they can be whiskey drinks, they can be scotch drinks. We're talking about that caramel-colored, flavorful, deep, rich liquor that's whiskey. This whiskey drink is called a mint julep. This one gets built in the glass. One thing about whiskey drinks that you'll find is whiskey drinks don't often have a lot of citrus fruit in them, and they don't have egg whites in them very often, and they don't have anything that would emulsify when you make the drink, that would foam it up or give it a little white layer on top or anything like that. So often they are stirred, not shaken. Start with your glass. I don't have a mint julep glass. Obviously, big ingredient, mint. This came out of my garden. You take about 5 leaves and you put them in the bottom of your glass, just like that. And then you take a muddler, which you'll need, and a bar spoon. And you can use sugar cubes for this, or you can use superfine baking sugar. I'm going to use superfine baking sugar. So first things first, 5 mint sprigs or mint leaves in the glass. Second, about 2 sugar cubes worth of sugar. So that for me is about a bar spoon and a quarter or so. And then you're going to do something called dry muddling to gently squish up what's in the bottom of that glass. You're not trying to destroy those leaves. You're trying to express the oils that are in them. You are trying to get them kind of muddled up in the bottom. So there you go, sort of muddled up in the bottom. They're a little bit wetter. Now the sugar is sticking to them. This is how you want it. 2.5 ounces of bourbon whiskey. I'm going to start with my favorite bourbon. My favorite bourbon, believe it or not, is Wild Turkey. 2.5 ounces of bourbon in this glass that already has your muddled mint and sugar. You have your bourbon, your sugar, and your mint leaves, crushed up mint leaves, muddled mint leaves in this glass. The mint julep calls for a specific type of ice, crushed ice. The idea is that the smaller pieces of ice will gently melt, and so you fill the glass up with crushed ice, you stir it until the glass gets frosty, put some mint sprigs in the top, and you enjoy it. I don't have an ice maker that gives us crushed ice, so I have something called a Lewis bag. You see, this is water. It's kind of a canvasy muslin kind of bag. And it comes with a mallet. You take your normal ice cubes, you put them in there, hit them with the flat side of the mallet, and you end up with crushed ice. I'm about to show you. You should never use your Lewis bag for anything else because you're going to be putting the ice from that glass, or from that drink, right in the glass. And then you take your bar spoon or stirrer or whatever, and you just keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. What you're trying to do is get the ice to melt a little bit, get that sugar melted and up, or dissolved and up into that drink, get the mint dispersed. So you just keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. My glass is a little too big for this amount of liquor, so I'm adding a couple more ice cubes. It's not going to be as pretty, but it'll get the job done. And you're almost done with this drink. What you do afterwards is a couple of mint sprigs and the pretty ones on the top of the plant, so they look pretty like that. You take your bar spoon out. Once the edge of the outside of the glass starts to frost, you're done. A handful of mint sprigs in there, and there you go. It's a really, really easy drink to make. It literally has only 1 alcohol in it, and that's it. You're going to find that a lot with whiskey drinks because whiskey is, by definition, an aged alcohol. And how they age it is what gives it its flavor. What they age it in will make it more sugary and sweet and bourbony, or oak staves or whatever will make it much more bitey and complex. So you are never going to have something like a vodka, which has no flavor at all in it. You have to add more to it. But with this, you add whiskey, you add mint, you add sugar, you stir it a whole bunch. And you dream about, I don't know, Seabiscuit winning the Kentucky Derby. If you would like to join us on Sigler in Place and enjoy these mint juleps, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we're at facebook.com/Scott Sigler, youtube.com/Scott Sigler, or twitch.tv/Scott Sigler. And we hope to see you there, drinking these lovely mint juleps or whatever else you'd like. We'd love to hang out with you. In the meantime, stay safe. Come back and see us next Monday for another drink recipe.